Hello and welcome to iMovie Beginner's Guide Full Tutorial. I'm Rahul and you are watching Tech Review Pro YouTube channel. In today's video, you will learn how to use iMovie as a beginner. So if you are a complete beginner and wondering how to use iMovie to edit videos, this is the video you need to watch. Now, without any further delay, let's get started and let's learn how to use iMovie in the next few minutes. In case you don't know, let me tell you, iMovie is a free video editing software for Apple device user and you can get iMovie on Mac App Store as well as iOS App Store completely free. So depending upon whether you are using iOS devices like iPhone or iPad or you are using Mac devices, you can get iMovie completely free from respective App Store. That's all about the introduction of iMovie. Now let's proceed to the installation part and learn how to install iMovie on Mac completely free. In order to install iMovie on your Mac, you simply need to go to App Store. And by the way, your Mac already comes with iMovie. In case you have deleted it, then only you need to install it. So how you will install it? Let's see. First go to App Store and then from search option, simply search for iMovie and then hit enter. This will load various results and this one is iMovie, which is by Apple. As you can see, since I have already installed it on my Mac, so I'm getting this open option. In case you haven't installed or have deleted it, you'll get the get option here. So click on that and this will start installing iMovie. And once you have installed, simply click on open and this will open iMovie. So now iMovie is opening, and when you open iMovie for the first time, you will see welcome screen like this. You simply need to click on continue and after that you are ready to use iMovie. So this is iMovie, and as you can see here on the top, here we see two tabs. There is one media and another is projects. Since we haven't imported any media or created any project, so this is completely blank right now. So first we will have to create a project. For that you need to click on this plus icon. So this big plus icon that you see here will allow you to create a new project. If you click on that, here you get two options, movie and trailer. We will come to movie later, but first let's click on trailer. So trailers are basically pre-made templates that you can use to create your movie. You may preview any of these and select that, and after that click on create to start any movie project from this trailer. But in my opinion, trailers are very limited and you can do a very limited number of things with trailer. So we are not going to do anything with trailers. Instead we are going to create a new movie project. For that, simply cancel this and after that let's click on this plus sign again and then select movie. And this will create a new movie project, and you can see the basic interface of iMovie here. We will come to that later and I'll explain the interface here, but first notice here what is written here. As you can see here, it is written my movie. That means my movie is the project name of this project. If you just click on this, you'll go back to projects and here you get the option to change the project name. Currently it is my movie that you just saw here. So let's rename this and we are going to rename it to our first iMovie project and then click OK. And this will rename the project from my movie to our first iMovie project, as you can see here. And now if you pay close attention here in the tabs, we are in projects tab and here we have got a list of projects. So currently we have one project in the iMovie, so we only see one project. If you create more projects here, you will see more projects increasing here on this side. Alright, now let's just open this movie project that we just created and we will simply double click on this project to open this project, and when you do that, the project opens. Now let's quickly learn the basic interface of iMovie. Now here, in order to simplify the iMovie interface for you, I'll divide this iMovie interface into three parts. The first one is media library, which is this one, and then this one is preview window, and after that below that there is timeline area where most of the editing happens. You can see here is video icon and here is audio icon. That means this will be the video track and this will be the place for audio track. Apart from that, here we get the play controls for the preview window. That means we can play or pause the video here by these controls. And apart from that, there are also these options here and these as well, and we will come to these options later on in the video when we will edit the video. But first learn how to import media in iMovie so that you may start the video editing process. Well, there are multiple ways you may import media in iMovie, and we are going to learn each of them one by one. If you pay close attention here in the top left, next to the return to projects button, you see an icon that will simply allow you to show or hide the media library. So if you click on this will hide the media library and only the preview window will show up here. And if you want to show the media library again, you need to click on this again and this will show media library. And after that, there is another icon which is for import option. You can simply click on this and import the audio or video from your desktop or camera roll. You may simply allow access and your files will show up here. And after that, you may select the media files that you want to import. Simply select this, and you may also press command and select multiple ones to import multiple files at once. Apart from that, you may also press shift button on your keyboard and then click any of these to select all of these at once. And if you want to import all of them, you may also press command A to select all the media files and then click on import all, and this will import everything. But I'm not going to import that right now, so I'll close this and show you another option, which is this one. Here you can see it is import media written. So if you click on this, you will get the same option again here, and after that you may select the files that you want to import and import the selected ones or import all of these at once. Let's close this again and let me show you another method to import media files in iMovie, which is the fastest one, and I'm a big fan of that method. To import media files in iMovie quickly, you may use one of these two methods. You may either press Command plus I on your keyboard and this will provide you with the import window, and then you may select any of these media files that you want to import, or you may also drag and drop the media files directly to the timeline. And if you import with the second method, this will be the fastest one because you don't need to mess up with this media library section. You may directly import here and start video editing. For that, I'll show you how to do that. So let's first resize this iMovie window, and after that I'll show how to do that. So here I have got some media files on my desktop directory, and I can simply drag each of these files to the timeline area like this. And apart from that, you can also select multiple files at once and drag them to the timeline area like this. And you can see these files are importing in the iMovie timeline. Now let's bring the audio file. For that, we will simply select this and drag it over to the timeline area. As you can see, we can place it over the video, or we may also place it below the video, which is the place for audio track. At any time, if you feel your timeline area to be a bit large and you find yourself scrolling like this from left to right, then you may increase or decrease the timeline area by simply pressing Command and minus to decrease it so that the timeline will become smaller, or you may also press Command and plus together to increase it and make the timeline bigger. You may also use this control here to increase or decrease it like this. Alright, now we have imported some audio and video files in the iMovie timeline area, and those were the files that were available on the desktop directory. But what if you want to import some audio or video files from Photos library? For that, you will have to click on this. Under library, you see photos, so click on that and then allow access to all photos, and then you will see all the photos available here. You may select the photo that you want to import and import from here, but currently you see this is album, and that is because here it is my albums selected. If you click on this, here you get the option to select other options like all photos, and each of the photos will be shown here like this. And let's say we want to import this one, so we will click on this, and as you can see here, a progress bar is increasing, that is showing that the video is being imported in the library of iMovie. Once it completes, you can use it in your project. For that, you may simply click on this, and when you click on that, you'll see a yellow outline outside this media file. That is because it is selected. And if we click on this plus icon, this will be added to the timeline area. And by the way, if you want to select a certain portion of your video, then you may also do that by selecting the in point and out point. For that, press I on your keyboard, and that will be the in point, and after that scrub through like this, and then set the out point by pressing O on your keyboard. And once you do that, a range will be selected. So once the range has been selected, you may import the selected portion of the video by simply dragging it to the timeline. But we are not going to do that right now. Since we have already imported the video and audio file into the timeline, so let's proceed further and learn how to edit them in iMovie. So let's go back to our iMovie library, and if we go to our iMovie project here, you can see this My Media tab is active right now, and it will show all the media files that we have imported to the timeline. And after that, here you see audio and video tab. If you click on that, this will show all the audio files that are inbuilt into iMovie. You can use these sound effects into your movie projects in iMovie. In order to use them, you may simply click on this and drag it over to the timeline area like this. It's pretty simple, but we are not going to do that, so we will simply delete this by first selecting the sound effect that we just imported to the timeline, and after that pressing the delete button on the keyboard, or you may also press Command and Z to undo the action. Now, if you go to the third tab, which is titles, if you click on that, here you see the titles, which are basically text titles that you can use in your iMovie project. For that, simply select this and drag it over to the timeline where you want to use it. Now, you may simply scrub through the title like this and see how the title will appear into your video. If you want to edit the text that goes here, you may simply click on this, and after that, you will get this box where you may add or enter the text that you want to show in the video. Let's edit this, and let me write this one here. And after that, you may also change the font that you see here by clicking on this font option and selecting the other font that you want to use. You may also play with other options like this one, or play with setting the alignment, whether you want to align left, right, or center. And there is also bold and italic options. You may also add text outline next to the text, and it will be shown like this. From here, you may change the color and choose the color that you want to set for the text. And once done, simply click outside or click on this done icon, and you will see your text here in the preview window. But currently you see there is black background next to the text. So you may either replace this background with another one, which is why we are going to choose the option for background from here. So let's go to Backgrounds tab, and this will show a list of backgrounds that are inbuilt and available for you to use. You may use any of these backgrounds. So let's select this one and simply place it here. Now, what we are going to do is, we are going to select this text title and place it over to the background. And when we will place it over to the background, you will see this will snap to the background like this. And you can see now this is showing much better with the new background rather than the old black background one. And further, you may also place this text title over the video like this, and it will show there as well. But currently you don't see the title over the video, and that is because this is very small and for a very short duration. So first we will increase this timeline by pressing Command and plus on the keyboard, and you can see this is currently 4 seconds. And now you may view the text over the video like this. And in case you want to increase the duration, which is currently 4 seconds, to 5 seconds or more, you may simply get your cursor to the last part of this text, and then you will see 2 arrows pointing outwards. So once you see the 2 arrows pointing outwards, simply click on it and drag it like this to increase the duration. Let's say we want to set this to 8 seconds, and this will be visible for the 8 seconds like this. If you want to decrease that, similarly you may get your cursor to the last part and drag it like this when the 2 arrows pointing outwards comes. and set it to a lower duration of time. Alright, so far we have learned about My Media, audio and video, titles and backgrounds. Now it's time to learn about transitions. So let's click on it, and when you click on transitions, you will see a list of transitions here in the iMovie. Now before we get into the transitions, let's first know what is transition. So transition is basically a way to transition from one clip to another very smoothly. You can use any of these transitions by simply clicking on it and dragging it over to the timeline between two video clips like this. And when you place a transition between two clips, you will see something like this. If you double click on this, you can see it is currently for 1 second, but you can increase the transition time by simply increasing the seconds here. Let's add 5 here and then click apply, and this transition will be applied for 5 seconds. That means the duration for this transition will increase to 5 seconds from 1 second. Let's click apply, but we are not going to do that. Instead, we will simply click outside and keep it to 1 second only. And let's see how it shows on the video. If we place the playhead here and then press the space bar, you can see the two clips are transitioning from one to another very smoothly. Alright, now let's quickly learn how to trim a video clip. For that, let's select a video clip that you want to trim, and you can trim a video clip by two methods. You may either press Command plus B to trim it into two parts, or you may also trim a video clip from starting and ending part to select a certain portion of the video and keep that in the video. For that, let's select the video clip that we want to trim, and let's suppose we want to keep the video until here. So for that, we will get our cursor to the end part, and then once the two arrows pointing outwards comes, we will simply click and drag the cursor to the left to decrease the last part and make it shorter. That means we are leaving the extra part and trimming it to keep the part that we want to keep, like this. Let's say we want to keep the video until 10 seconds of this clip, so we will get it until 10 seconds, and after that we will release the cursor. So we just trimmed a few seconds to the end part of the video. Similarly, we can also do the same for the starting part as well. For that, select the video, and let's suppose we want to keep it from here. So we will get our cursor to the start part, and when the two arrows pointing outwards comes, we will click and drag it to the right to decrease it like this. And once done, we will release the cursor. So this is how you trim the video clip. Similarly, you may trim the audio clip as well. For that, first select the audio layer, and after that, get the playhead where you want to trim it. Once you get there, click on that and then press Command and B together to trim the audio layer. As you can see, this has trimmed the audio layer into two parts. Now further, you may also play with video and audio properties, and for that, let's select the video file first, and let me show you what you can do with this. So once selected, here you get various options. These are the tools that you can use to make changes to the video. Here first, we have this magic wand like icon. So if we click on this, this will automatically improve the quality of video or audio in the selected clip. So we have selected this one. So if we click on this, you will notice that it will change the color of this clip, as you can see here. If you like the adjustment, you may keep it, or if you didn't like, you may simply click on it again, and this will remove the adjustment and go back to original. Well, that's about the automatic adjustment, but obviously there are other tools as well, and those will allow you to make manual adjustment to the video clip. As you can see here we have got color balance, then we have got color correction, and after that we have also got the crop tool for cropping the video clip to your liking. And apart from that, there is video stabilization tool that will allow you to stabilize the video in case you have recorded a shaky footage. Apart from that, you also get the volume tool for volume controls, and then there is noise reduction and equalizer. After that, you also get the speed tool to speed up or slow the video clips, and then there is filters, that is you can add effects to video or audio clips, and lastly there is I button that will show you information about the clip. So let's see each of these one by one, and for that let's first select the clip, and after that we will click on this color balance option. So if we click on that, here we get auto enhance, that will automatically enhance the color and balance the color to match with the surroundings. Then there is match color, white balance and skin tone balance as well. So depending upon your requirements, you may play with each of these, because if I explain everything, this video will be very long. Alright, once you have made the adjustment, you may keep it or just click on reset to reset the adjustment and go back to previous one. After that, there is color correction tool as well. So here you may play with colors like this. So depending upon what suits you the best, you may play with these and select the one. And after that, there is crop tool, and when you click on that, here you get various crop style as well. Like here it is currently fit is selected, you can crop to fill as well, and then there is Ken Burns effect as well, which is a pretty good option for using images in your iMovie project. For now, I'll click on this option that says reset, and this will reset everything and go back to original. Now if you go to the next option that says stabilization, this will provide you with the option to stabilize the shaky footage. Here you can select the percentage to which you want to stabilize it, and after that we will go to the next tool, which is for volume controls, and here you get the option to adjust volume automatically, that is enhance the audio automatically, and then there is also the manual adjustment option. Further, you also get the noise reduction and equalizer tool. Like if you select this to reduce background noise, this will reduce the background noise of the audio by certain percentage, which is currently 50%, and you can also choose to make adjustment with the equalizer here with the existing ones. Alright, next we have speed tool. So if we click on this, we can make adjustment to the speed of the clip. Like currently the speed is set as normal, but if we want to speed up the clip a bit, we will select fast from here, and you can see it will place a rabbit like icon here. That means the clip will run fast like a rabbit. If we slow it down, we will simply select it slow from here, and you can see it will add a turtle sign here. That means it will run slowly like a turtle. And further, you also get the option for selection of the percentage to which you want to fast forward a clip or slow down a clip. Like currently it is 10% selected, so it will slow down by 10%. If you want to make changes to 25%, the slow down speed will be 25% slower, and like that. And then there is also the auto option to set the slow percentage automatically like this. And then there is the next one, which is for filters. If we click on it, here we get the option for adding clip filter and audio effects. You can see currently the clip filter is set as none. So if we click on this, here we get the option to choose one of these filters. Like if we hover over this filter, you can see it will make changes like this. Similarly, you can also do the same for audio clip as well, and add audio effect filter from here. And lastly, there is eye icon. If you click on that, this will provide you with the information about the clip. Alright, now we have discussed all of these tools, and further we have got one more option left, which is this microphone icon. This is for adding voiceover. If you click on this, simply click OK, and then you get the option to record the voiceover. As you can see here, we get the record button, and after that there is also this adjustment option. If we click on that, here we get the option to select the input source. Here you can select the external microphone and use that for voiceover. Alright, now tap done. And next we are going to learn what we can do with the audio track in iMovie. For that, let's select the audio track, and when we select the audio track, here you will notice that all these options are grayed out. That means for For audio tracks, we only get the option for volume control and adjustment, and apart from that we get the option for noise reduction and equalization, and then there is speed tool as well and filters as well. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to decrease and adjust the volume level of the audio track. For that, I'll select this audio track, and here if you hover over the cursor like this, you can see two arrows pointing upwards and downwards. That will allow you to adjust volume. If you click on this and drag the cursor slightly lower, this will decrease the volume from 100% to as many percent as you like. Like let's say we want to set it as 50%, so we will release it there and the volume will be decreased to 50%. Apart from that, we may also add the fade in effect and fade out effect in the audio track. For that, let's take the cursor to this circle like icon, and when you get the cursor there, you can click on that and drag it to the right like this. Let's say we want to add fade in effect for 5 seconds, so we will get it to the right until we get 5 seconds precisely like this, and after that we will release the cursor. So what basically fade in effect will do is this will increase the volume slowly with a nice and smooth effect like this. As you might have noticed, instead of audio coming out all of a sudden loudly, this smooth fade-in effect simply increase the volume slowly so that it sounds nicer. Similarly, you may add fade-out effect as well to the end of the audio track. Simply take your cursor to the end, and here you will see a small circle like icon. When you get your cursor there, you will see two arrows pointing outwards, and once you see that, simply click on it and drag it to the left to add a nice fade out effect like this. So we have added the fade out effect, but this will not apply properly right now, because as you can see, the audio wavelength is up to here and the fade out effect is outside this wavelength. For that, we will fix it by simply trimming it from the end part of the audio clip. We will click on it and drag it to the left until it touches the wavelength. And by the way, we have the video clip until here and the audio clip is slightly larger. For that, we will fix it by trimming it from the end and get it until the video clip ends like this, and when we reach there, it will automatically snap like that, and now you can see nice fade out effect here. So we have made enough adjustment to video and audio clips in this iMovie project, and now let's suppose you are happy with your project. Now you are ready to export the video, and for that you will have to click on this share like icon in the top right, and when you click on that, here you get various options, like you may export it to email, YouTube and Facebook, and you may also export the file. But before that, let's see, there is also option for save current frame, and that is for exporting the photo from the frame of the video. That means currently this frame is selected that you see here in the preview window, and if you click on save current frame, this frame will be exported as photo to your Mac. But since we are concerned about exporting the video, for that we will select export file, and this will provide us with the option to rename the video before exporting. Here we will rename it to iMovie video, and then you may also add description for this video, and there is also the option to add tags, and in format you get to choose the output format. If you click here, you will see there is video and audio, and there is audio only option. You will use audio only option if you are exporting the voice over audio file only, and if you are going to export the video with the audio as well, obviously, then you will select video and audio option, and after that you get to choose the resolution. If you click here you get to choose from these various pixels like 540p, 720p and 1080p. For now I'll select 1080p, but if you have used the 4K resolution file in your video project, then you will get the option to choose 4K here as well. But for now we will select 1080p, and in quality, if you click here we get various options, like you may select the quality to be low, medium, high or best. Currently high is selected, and as you can see here, currently the size is 248.2 MB. but if we change it to best, you will notice that the size will increase to 1.83 GB. So depending upon your preferences, you may choose any of these quality. I'll go for high right now. And in compression, if you click here we get two options, faster and better quality. If you are in rush, you may simply select faster and export the video quickly. But if you are looking for better quality, then you may select this. If you click on next, here we get the option to choose the directory to which we want to export the video. For now, I'm happy with this option, so I'll simply click on save and this will start exporting the video. You can see the progress here. If you click on this circle, you'll see the activity of exporting the video. You can see currently 1 minute is estimated time remaining and this video will be exported in 1 minute. Alright, once the video is exported, simply click on this button that says projects and this will take you to the projects area. Here you can see your project is saved and you may also make changes to this, like renaming it by clicking on the 3-dot horizontal icon and then selecting to rename the project. You may make changes here and rename it. So this sums up our iMovie beginner's guide full tutorial. If you enjoyed watching this tutorial, then please hit the like button to let me know. And if you want to follow along with more such iMovie related tips, tricks and tutorial videos, then please hit the subscribe button and tap on the bell icon so that you don't miss any notifications. Thanks for watching. I'm Rahul signing off. I'll see you in the next video.